Good morning, America. This is Dr. Cherry, and I am broadcasting from the arid zone. And I want to thank you, wherever you are on this big planet, for being here today. All right, so we are moving from a Plutonic deadly window into a shocking type of window. Sudden enough, the same type of window that produced the partial collapse of this building in Florida is about to hit again, with the difference that this window will also enunciate a form of beginning or important ending of your life. So this is where you have to pay attention. It could be the government making very important decisions that we must all oblige by for. It could be you starting a job, finishing a job, and then you got to pay attention, of course, to what all your friends are saying. So the impact, the maximum impact will be in August. Okay, actually August 7th to be precise. Now, I don't have to go into the long list of very negative, depressive, dramatic, deadly news. If you want to know, and if you want to be able to confirm my vision, all you got to do is to click on the link for the latest deadly Plutonic window for July the 30th. Or better, you can also click on the video and listen to my warning. So I'm not going to dedicate with that. So pay attention. Anything weird, anything unusual will take place. That means, of course, I'm expecting explosion. And for your information, yesterday, dead on July 30th, another earthquakes above 6.0 took place. It was a 6.2 and took place in Peru, added to the one on the 29th, and that was a 6.1, yes, and on the 29th, of course, 8.2. So if you want to check on the values of my predictions, all you have to do is to click on window of July 30th, window on July 23rd, and realize that my predictions of earthquakes cannot be denied. Again, if, you know me, if you take the time to make notes, to read my predictions, and to assimilate how I do those predictions. I told you before, I don't predict anything. I just know the type of energy that are going to stimulate a specific type of news. And again, when I say shocking news, sudden enough, those people who were sleeping in the middle of the night did not know. And nobody had a clue that the entire building was going to collapse and kill many of them. Shocking. Doesn't happen every day. Much like this balloon hitting a power line when the words electricity and power lines are mentioned in the keywords. You just have to use common sense. All right, now listen. I don't have much joy to tell you those negative news, and sudden enough people are, associating me with the bad news. I told you for a month, if you watch my YouTube video, that this pandemic was far from being over. And if you look at the news today, it ain't good, my good friends. But what would you want me to do? Do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? Yes, everything will be over tomorrow. You're going to win the lottery. Everything will be just fine. Do you want me to tell you this? Or do you want me to tell you the undiluted, vexing, harsh truth? That's why you're here. You're here because you're tough. You're here because you're strong. You're here because you are a superhuman, and you're probably well above the masses of people that believe all that is happening is the wrath of God, it's the end of the world, we're all not going to survive. No, there are no accident, my friend, and there are reasons for what is happening. Now we just had this boost of hope. All right, we start to go in a restaurant, visit our friends and family, have party, just kind of a normal life. And all of a sudden, bang, Dr. Theory predictions come to pass again. You're getting your wake-up call. You're getting the reality of what's going on. Yet, this doesn't mean life is over. Remember, there is a higher order. There is no accident for God to want us to experience this. What's the good out of it? I'll tell you what, a lot of people have lost their jobs. They have lost their career. They've lost hopes, and worse, they have lost friends and family members to this disease, to this virus, to this Delta variant, which does not forgive, and it's much worse. Don't think for a second I'm having joy to remind you that it's not over until the nightmare, the tremendous amount of stupidity based upon conspiracy material, false information, wanting you to believe vaccines are unsafe. Until we get all vaccinated, this virus is gonna curse humanity. It's gonna curse you, it's gonna curse me. Now, if you have a strong Virgo, like my wife, believe me, she'd rather die than to get inoculated. I tried to convince her out of a fear, out of the conspiracy, but she's a human being. She had a will. I only hope she doesn't get it, because if she gets it, she's gonna get real sick. If she's lucky, she won't die. And knowing that 75% of the people who are dead, and the new statistics enunciate that those people are not vaccinated. Now, even those like me who are vaccinated can carry the freaking virus and pass it on to you. Talk about the dance of evil. Talk about hell, my friend. I am sure, like me, you are so fed up. You want this to be behind. You want to enjoy a normal life. God, have mercy on your children. How long is that karma going to curse us? But as I said earlier, because of those new circumstances and you being forced at home, there's two things you can do. You can educate yourself, refine yourself, upgrade your psychical vibration, become more cosmic conscious, or fight with everybody on Facebook, or watch TikTok videos. It is your choice, and I am here. What an opportunity for you, if you're going to be stuck at home, to start to reevaluate what it is that you can do to bypass that curse. What is it that you can do because of the new circumstances where you're going to be forced to stay home again? What can you do with the tremendous opportunity that you have with the world at your fingertips, like me, talking to you? The question remains, how am I going to be affected? Well, if you look at Simone Biles, for example, a beautiful young woman with everything to succeed in life, gold medalist, all of a sudden turning everything off. You gotta wonder, your logical reasoning depend on your education, on your intelligence, or the amount of information you have. What you do not know is that she's a Pisces. And she was born with a Pisces tail, which is the most susceptible sign to suffer mental distortion, addiction, depression. Pisces was the subconscious, so this young lady has direct access to her subconscious, which is being override by the reptilians. Maybe she ingested some chemicals, and as a Pisces tail, you are more than strongly advised not to put anything in your body that is not natural to start with. And then you have people like Cassius Clay, Ali, the famous boxer, born exactly with the tail in Pisces. Well, the reason why he is now, suffering Alzheimer's disease, it's logic. He's been beaten all his life. No. He was able to auto-hypnotize himself not to feel the punch on his head. Only Pisces can do that because Pisces swimming downstream, religion, deception, confinement, synagogue, pop, drinking, drugs. And another guy who has exactly the same stars as Simone Biles. This famous swimmer? He won all the cups, all the gold, on the Olympics. Health. Pisces tail. Like Simone, he's working really, really hard to keep sanity, to keep his head out of the water. And both of them do not know that the tail of the dragon is right in their 10th house of career. There is logical reasons to why she did that. She wants to keep sanity because she was infected by the reptilian reasons, or as I explained, maybe ingesting antidepressant because of the pressure she had to undergo. And then she started to swim downstream into the quicksand of Neptune, and there is no way out. What are you going to say? Oh, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm not a Pisces. I'm not a Pisces tail. Oh, you're not safe because you also are a Pisces somewhere in your housing system where you are seriously prone to suffer addiction and mental deficiency, mental disease, depressions, infection, whatever your 5 logical, rational human sense can understand and assimilate. I just finished nearly 3 hours radio show from the Netherlands. When it comes out, and it will be on the newsletter that is associated with the video, of course, I strongly recommend every one of you to listen to me for 3 hours talking about all sorts of things that are going to change your perceptions of reality. Everything that I could talk about in that 3 hours long show was divulged. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And of course, hopes. All I'm trying to tell you, my good friends, the traditionally scientific educated field of psychologists and psychiatrists are not cosmic conscious. The only way they're going to fix Simone of health is with chemicals, drugs. So your fluids in your brain, are already messed up naturally. Suddenly enough, you're very vulnerable at the subconscious level because of your stars. And that's not the way. Remember the father of medicine, for God's sake. The father of modern medicine clearly said you can't call yourself a doctor or a physician if you did not study the stars. And again, this is one of my top students, a psychiatrist, told me after 1 week with me in Sedona that he learned more with me than 7 years that he spent in his accredited college. I just don't know how much I can put out there for you to realize that you are so much more as a human being. You have so much power that many of you don't even know exists. You know, if you look at the news on CNN today, you're going to see that the massive comet discovery dropped all others. And you got pictures of this massive comet. Wait a minute here. This is such a powerful omens, but the scientific community, the educated idiots, okay, like Neil deGrasse, who don't believe in astrology or UFOs, okay, these people are not cosmic conscious, for God's sake. They are forbidden by God himself to enter the archetypal realm of supra-cosmic consciousness where I am from. And they're going to tell you and giving you those beautiful pictures, but tell me, in reality, what the hell is that picture going to do to your life? What's the practical application to read this new discovery from NASA? Hello. Nothing but entertainment. This does not mean, again, my good friend, that science is bull. No, I love science. And I really respect the accomplishment that all our scientists have done, because they've been stimulated by the draconics to create such a beautiful technology that will allow us to go well past Mars. You know my philosophy: no human being will ever pass the moon orbit. No one will ever go to Mars. And the terrific accomplishment that humans have done after spending trillions and billions and wasting quadrillions, millions of dollars, is a few hundred miles above the Earth. When our planet is showing some of the most serious signs of poisoning. See what happened in Florida not long ago? That red tide that killed so many fishes. Oh my God, my good friends. Do you think God created the stars and the heavens for all these rich people to take a trip 50 miles above the earth? Or to make you believe one day we're going to live on Mars? Come on, my friend, it's time to get back on Earth and realize that this is our only living UFOs. All I can tell you is I do not have joy to tell you all that is ahead of you. Again, if you're part of the weakest member of our society, you're either gonna do the ostrich stuff, stick your head in the ground, or amuse yourself on TikTok and think that I'm negative. I'm a bad person. Stay away from me because I'm harassing you with death and negative news every day. My friend, I have to go and get you where the world is. You heard me before, down there. And then slowly but surely try to make you to raise above. Remember, the reptilians, my good friends, the reptilians can only survive with fears and chaos and negativity. They're creating all sorts of trouble. They are doing things that have never been experienced by the human race. I mean, I'm 71 and a half now in August. Never, ever have I seen so much negativity, so much combativity, so much animosity on Facebook. Everywhere. It's dirty. The reptilians have fun, and sad enough, the majority of you are peon, robots of their stars, which are manipulated again by those entities. You know my philosophy. I have to repeat myself because many, many more people are joining my YouTube channel. In fact, I'm closing to 10,000 subscribers. So if you happen to be the 10,000th one, and you can prove it, email me. I have a present for you. I want to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. The numbers are growing real fast. This is good. My message is getting out there. What I want to say to you is don't lose hopes. Don't. God did not put us on this earth to die a suffocating end. And be sure the draconists are not going to allow the reptilians to succeed in stealing this very precious place, this wonderful piece of real estate that we call Mother Earth. They won't succeed. But don't participate. Remember, positive, negative, up and down, black and white. Every single day you have a chance to work with the draconists, light, hope, writing a good song, beautiful poetry, making a beautiful drawing, taking wonderful pictures, teaching, being happy, help someone. Or you can just decide to work for darkness, being negative and find any excuse to be jealous, to be envious, to be destructive. Because if you sink too much into the reptilians, they are going to be no way out, my friend. You're going to be part of this black, negative, dark matter, evil, satanic force. You are becoming part of the darkness, and we cannot allow humanity to lose the light. It's a choice. And it is the most difficult choice you will have to make, trying to be positive and use the same psychical tools that those nasty extraterrestrials are using against us. Anytime you're vile, anytime you're negative, destructive, anytime you fight with anybody for whatever reasons, you are not slaving for those reptilians. And it's only with repetition and harassing you endlessly that you'll understand to stand strong. Because God has a plan. You like it or not, you know it or not, it has a plan. And this pandemic has got to have a meaning, especially to you. A personal meaning. It has for me. I know what it is. Now remember, I can only tell you, my good friends, the more you know about yourself and your planet, good and bad, okay, the more control you're going to have over your stars. At the same time, the reptilians. The less you know about the location of all your planets by house, all your dragon's head and tail, all the black moon, or anything else that I teach, the less power you're going to have over your destiny, and the more vulnerable you're going to become to those entities. As you listen to me, and I'm giving you the bad news, at the same time, I'm making you stronger, wiser, better. That's why it's important not to quit. As I said, the very sensitive, weakest member of our society, they're going to listen to me. Oh my gosh, they're going to run away from me. They can't handle it. And that's okay. They're not ready for me. Luckily, many of you are. And that's why, as I said many times, you come back to learn more, because each time you're getting something that is valuable, you're being trained. You're being trained by all this negativity on hell, because we are on hell, to be stronger, wiser, tougher. And regardless what is thrown at you, okay, you have to fight. As I said, there are moments where I just think I'm going to quit, man. Why should I waste my pearls of wisdom to a bunch of people who are unable or unwilling to assimilate my work? But I'm still here because you're worth it. If I can save one person or help one of you today, I did a good job. That's how I think. That's how I feel, like feeding you this love, this light, this attention. And this is why I said, sooner or later, this little video is going to end. But in the newsletter, which you must, as always, read, because there is so much more information, okay? There'll be a link in a day, 2, 3 days from now, I don't know. There'll be a link directly connecting you to the 3 hours of highly spiritual, psychical information involving all sorts of forces that you're not just yet aware of. So this show is something that's going to uplift your spirits during such a difficult time. But remember, my good friend, there are no accidents. And there are very divine and powerful karmic reasons for why you were born in this dense physical world and forced to experience one of the worst pandemic that human can experience. And it's not over yet. Once reason sets in, and education, intelligence, responsibility takes over, greed, ignorance, fears, then the herd immunity will finally be reached. And then this nasty, nasty weather, this nasty time in your life will disappear. Remember, the tail of the dragon is Sagittarius. Sagittarius was foreigners, foreign land, Latino, the Indians. Sagittarius was college, university. For a year and a half, those kids couldn't go to college, and now they're still being harassed because the tail is still there. It's not over yet. Okay. Sagittarius was nature, or the animals. Look what happened with all this fire. Fish dying by, well, I don't know, 200,000 pounds of fish dead on the beaches in Florida when I want to go. Doesn't make me happy. These are omens. We cannot let the light of hopes, the light of love, the light of education and dignity and love, most of all, be extinguished by these nasty entities which are responsible for our hell. But at the same time, remember, you cannot have a day without a night, a front without a back, God without a devil, the yin and yang. Remember, you also have God and you also have the Draconis. And that's why I want you to tap in today. Now, soon the new 2022 Nostradamus Dragon forecast, universal and personal, will be published. I'll let you know when that comes out. But if you're depressed, if you're negative, what an opportunity for you if you're stuck at home to take a chance on your future. You're not taking a chance with me, because if you're not happy, you don't pay. And how many people are telling you that? Am I confident or what? And this is not a sign of being sought as an egocentric, but somebody who knows what he's doing, because I spent all my life delegating the divine, talking to God, transcribing the sign, the hieroglyph of the universe, and delegating with extraterrestrials, which are far from being a product of my imagination, my good friend. All right. Now, are you ready for me? Well, I'm for you. That is your choice. And that little voice inside, that little voice never lied to you. And it's only when you're ready for me that I'll be there for you. Opening a brand new life, a brand new door, making you aware of your destiny, allowing you to avoid the pit, the drama, the death, and feeding the reptilians, teaching you all that I know so that you can lead a very, very safe and successful life. And that is a promise. Until then, my good friend, you've been patient. You've been patient. So, see the tarot? I'm going to pick a card. Again, don't think I know the card I'm picking. I don't know. So I'm going to put these cards and see what it is. It's my ID card, the teacher, the philosopher, Jupiter, the foreigner, Dr. Cherry. All I did today is to put some wind under your wings. You see the eagle? Because that's what I want to do. I want to kill the scorpion, the nastiness, the lizard, the reptilians. I want to kill them, remove them from your life. And I want to put some wind under your wings and help you, because many of you are ready for me. It's just a matter of time before you decide to fly. And I'll be there to teach you how to fly. All right, come at the end of this video. One more time, check the newsletter associated with it. And God bless all of you. We shall see you again sometime in the future. Till then, bye-bye.